it's been really cool to see people, kind of be like, oh no, Aaron Judge is the home run king. And then people be like, nah, Barry Bonds is it. So, Benny, while we were away, this all went down. Who is your home run king? Just for starters here, Aaron Judge, or do you still rock with Barry?
No, it's Barry Bonds. I'm afraid to say. I don't know if I'm in a minority here for Yankees fans, but I am a baseball purist in the sense that I think every era of baseball has done awful and fucked up things, and that you could kick most people out of the Hall of Fame if you want. Babe Ruth didn't have to play against a black guy. That probably helped. There's like a lot of shit inside of the context of the arguments that, I don't totally agree with. And I also don't think Barry Bonds hit 73 home runs just because he was stronger. Like I could go take steroids. I'm not hitting a fucking home run. So no, I do think Barry Bonds is still the leader. But I think here's the thing about this for me is like, me, I like sports as entertainment. And the one thing I can't deny the fact that the summer of 98, I was glued to fucking TVs watching these fucking home run races. I knew these guys were jacked up on steroids, and I would have watched McGuire and Sosa and Bonds hit home runs all day long.
Yeah.
I was like, what does he have now? 66? 67? Can he get to 70? I fucking loved it. And it basically saved baseball and got people interested again. And the one thing that was really obvious and palpable about what just happened was like, I haven't seen that since. And that's why Aaron Judge is like so important right now. It's like, this is what baseball is all about. It's about gigantic, larger than life Yankees going after, unbeatable records and things like this. This is what finally draws people in again. And I haven't seen people sit there waiting for a certain player's at bats, just glued to the fucking TV, waiting to see what's going to happen. And all of a sudden your marginal fans are interested in stuff since I watched Barry Bonds and all these guys go for that chase. So I think it's awesome for baseball, and they figured out a way to get it. I think the one thing, Judge does not hold the record, but the one thing I think you can consider with his task being more Ruthian than the others is the fact that Aaron Judge hit 20 more home runs than anybody else in the league this year. And none of the other guys in the 90s could say that. Like everything was boosted, everything was high. The two 98 and 99 are the years Ken Griffey Jr., everyone's golden boy, hit 56 home runs. He was doing steroids too. Sorry. So I think that's the cool thing about Judge's record is just his size, being a Yankee, hitting that many more home runs than anybody else in kind of a low home run, low scoring era. I think that's what's like historically going to be most impressive about it. Kind of came out of fucking nowhere too. I think that's why it was interesting, and it felt more pure. It felt more pure as a result. So I loved watching it. I really wanted Judge to break it and all that, but I do think Barry Bonds is still the home run champion.
And in this era of pitching too, I mean, like with like the shift and everything like that, to almost get the Triple Crown and all of that stuff, it is this, we hear all the time from the past about baseball, about like mythical stuff that happens, and it gets written about in books, and it's blown up larger than life. This was one of those seasons, and we saw it happen in the age of the internet and everything like that. So baseball still has a chance, but they may need to reconsider how they, handle the analytics, how they handle the pitching and everything, stuff like that. Have it guys in the backyard just playing, and that's what it seemed like Aaron Judge was doing every day, and people effing loved it.
Yeah, and it's definitely the truest record. It's since we've been breaking this home run record, it's the most honest run at Roger Maris's record. Like it based on statistics and history, it is. I just wish everybody else had a little asterisk next to their name or something,
And the absolute worst part of this, when you saw like most of the people that were like, oh, Aaron Judge is the home run king, were like these like older white dudes. And I'm like, all right, come on. Don't be so obvious here with this, please.
Yeah, there's a lot to it. There is a lot to it. So and no one gives a fuck about Roger Maris. That's the thing. It's like, his name only comes up like once a decade when someone else just comes towards 61,
I love that his kid was like starting the fire. We would not be having this conversation if his kid didn't get up in front of microphones and be like, Aaron Judge is the home run king. Nobody was talking about this. And then
but that
Roger
was
Maris
happening in the 90s too, when
Yeah.
these guys were breaking the records. And that's why it's always been just this point of contention that's never been flattened out. And that's where I wish baseball would just like put a fucking cork in it, like, but you still have guys getting suspended for steroids. So it's like, is it actually over? I don't know.